So, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Python Bootcamp series. It is a series where we are doing Python from the very scratch, assuming that you are not aware of anything about Python. So, this is in total the third lecture of this Python Bootcamp series. Prior to this, we have already covered the basics of Python along with operators and two more most important topics, variables and data types. And before starting with this session, it's my humble request as always that if you have not watched these those sessions which I have posted earlier to this, then please first go and watch those because it's a continued series. If you have not watched them, then you will not be able to cope up with this part. So in the last session, I have already completed variables and data types, but practice questions and the coding part of variables and data types was pending. So in this video, we are going to proceed with that. So without wasting any further time, let's get started with, and let me just dive into the presentation. So yes, so as always, I start my sessions with a positive quote. As always, I start my session with a positive quote. So here's the positive quote of today's lecture, which is from none other than but a very famous scientist, Albert Einstein, that life is like a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. See, the life is full of challenges, and in order to be moving with the life, to go with the flow of the life, to maintain or to sustain a healthy life, you must keep going without not without, I would say, ignoring the hurdles or not caring about that much about the resistances that come across your way. So with this, let's just start this today's session. So contents. What will be the contents that we will be covering in this session? So we will be doing practice questions, only and only practice questions, a lot of practice questions. Because see, no matter which coding language you are doing, but the basics of that coding language and the very beginning of that coding language, the codes, the syntaxes of very, I would say, basic commands like print command, input command, variables and data types, these type of things are very much important and basics and fundamental at the same time. So the level of your advancement or the level of your hold on these topics, the codes of these topics, I'm not talking about theoretical part, although theoretical part is also important, but the it is not as important as the actual coding skill, because you would have heard from a lot of people, from your colleagues, not colleagues because you probably will be students, from your peers or seniors, that companies nowadays are hiring for the skills rather than the theoretical part. So coding part is more important than the theory, and the coding skills of these fundamental topics, starting from variables, data types, operators, are very much important. So we will be doing plenty of practice questions so that both the lectures that I have posted prior to this, the basics and operators session, and the next second one was variables and data type. It will be crystal clear with the help of those codes. So we will be doing only and only practice questions. So this is the first practice question. Before I will start the session, I will start doing the questions. I would like to advise you that first pause the video, read the question carefully, then try to solve the question with your own type understanding that you have about this topic. Start it with your own understanding rather than just sticking to this video. I will be solving the questions, but before then, just pause the video, try to solve it yourself. And after that, when your answer is done, try to see my answers and match them, that whether your answer is right or wrong. And if it is right, well and good. If it is wrong, where are the problems and issues or errors are coming? Because see, there are chances that your codes will go wrong. I would say some or one or two at least codes in this entire session where that will be wrong of yours. But that's totally okay. That's completely fine. Just stay motivated and try to understand where are the problems coming? Where are you facing difficulties? Because as the positive quote says, difficulties are part of the life, but how you handle it, that matters a lot. So the first question is write a program. This WAP is write a program. Okay. Write a program to input the given information and storing it in variables. Name Gursimran Singh, age 18, marks 92. So I'm diving into my code editor, which is VS Code. So this question is asking for two. write a program to input given information. We have to input these things and after that store it in variables. Okay. So in order to take input, I have already told you there is a very basic command. See, that's the reason why I have told you to attend the previous lectures first, because now I will be using those commands. And if you had not attended those lectures, you will not be knowing that commands. So I just have to take inputs. So that is very simple. We have already done it in our previous lectures also. Input, and I will take input as name. Okay. Then input. I will take input as age and then marks. I will take input as marks. But see, the question is asking see, write a program to input the given information and storing them it in the variables. We only not have to take that input, we have to store that input inside different variables. So in total there will be three variables for ease, and to make my variables meaningful I will be naming them as name, age and marks only. Okay. So I am storing them in variables like name equals to age equals to and marks equals to. So now they are stored inside the variables. Now, for to prove it that it had been stored inside variables, although you will be also knowing that these inputs are stored inside variable, I will be printing those also. Although it is not a part of question, but I am doing that to kind of check that whether my code is running properly or not. Because once I will be printing the values of these variables, it will be crystal clear to you all that whether they are being stored in the variables or not. I will be saving this code, running this code, and let me wait for my compiler to run this code. See, it is asking for name. Now I am entering my name, which is Gursimran Singh. Age 18 as of now. Marks 92, for example. See, now it have printed my name. Here I have written print name. So it had printed the name, my name. Why my name? Because I had stored that input. I had stored that input inside a variable, which is nothing else but a name of a memory location whose name is name. So when I am printing the variable name, it is printing the value that I have inputted here, which is good simulating. Similarly, even when I am printing age, it is printing 18. When I am printing marks, it is printing 92. So I hope this question is crystal clear to everyone. Again, if there is any doubt inside this question or in any question, just pause the video, rewind it to the very beginning when I had started this question, watch it again, clear calmly, soothingly, properly with the refreshed mind. And if still you face any difficulty, feel free to post a comment about your doubt. I will be more than happy to resolve your doubts. With this, let us move to our next question, which is write a program to swap the values of two variables. It's a very, very, very important question. There are high chances that this question can be asked in your unit test of the colleges or whether in any your end terms also. So and sometimes in placement drives also. So listen me carefully. You have to take two variables. Here we will be taking A and B. Let me do that first. I'm deleting this as of now. I'm not commenting it out. I am taking variable A. Suppose its value is 10 and variable B. Suppose its value is 13. Okay. Now, what the question is demanding, write a program to swap the values of two variables. I have to write a program which will be swapping the values of these two variables. What does it mean? It means that as of now, A is equals to 10, right? And B is equals to 13. You can take any values, you can take string also, you can take integer, float, any value. These are two variables that had been defined, and there is some value that is being stored inside it. Now, what my question is demanding to me, my question is saying that write a program to swap the values of these two variables. Means this part is before the code is being executed, and after the execution of program, I want that A should be 13 and C, so not C, B should be 10. Means the values of these variables had been interchanged. Now, how it can be done? Let us take an example, not an example, an analogy. Okay. Let us assume there are two dals. Dals means pulses. Okay. There are two pulses inside your kitchen. This is one container. This is second container. In container number one, there is this yellow dal. I don't know the name of the dals. There is this yellow pulse, okay? And in another box, there is this green. I guess moong dal is green, I think so. But now the question is, I want that this green pulse should get in this container, and similarly, this yellow pulse should go inside this container. Now, how will be I doing it? If I am just putting this green one into the yellow one, then although this is mustard color, not yellow, but still, if I will be putting this green one in this yellow one, then they will both be got mixed up. Which here means that they both will get added up. But I don't want that. So what I will be doing instead, this is a technique, and this is very much basic fundamentals of coding, how you start building the logics, how you think about them. First think about it, as I had told you, that pause the video, play it from the very scratch, and try to solve these questions. Otherwise I am doing it. If you don't know the answer, then see this. Take one another container. Now what I will be doing is, see, in the very beginning I have these two containers, namely A and B. Now I had got this third container C also. Means I will be defining a third variable C also. After that, what I will be doing is I will be simply transferring this green pulse into this container C. So now what is the condition? Now what will happen? This is container A, this is container B, this is container C. I have not even touched the yellow container, the container having yellow one. It is filled with its yellow pulse only. Now, this green had been transferred from B to C. So now this container is full of green one. But B container is now empty. Now, what I will be doing in the next step is I will be transferring this yellow one into empty B. So here what I am doing, I am transferring the contents of A into B because I want to swap them. Now what will be happening? The contents of A will get into B. Why? Because I had made B empty by collecting the contents of B in some another variable C. So I have defined a third variable. I have made one variable empty, although you can make A also empty in the very first place by transferring this inside C. After that, A will be empty. You will be transferring the contents of B inside A. That can also be done. But as of now, I made B empty by putting the contents of B inside C. Now I will be putting the contents of A inside B. So in the next step, This is next step. This is container A. This is container B. And this is container C. For your easy understanding, these are three different steps. Let me divide them. Now what had happened? Let me, yes, now this had been, the yellow one had been transferred from A to B. Now B is filled with this yellow one. And C is already having this green. Now A is empty. Now, as of now, what are the things that we had completed? Let me just write a summary of that. Here, A was 10 initial case and B was 13. Here, A was 10, B was empty, none value. B was empty. Not B was not empty actually. B also had value 13 here. See, because what happened is when I will assign the value of B to C, B will be also having that value. As of now, let us say for although B will be having 13, but as of now, let us say B is empty. But that's not actually true, okay? Let us say B is empty. Okay. And we are not considering C because this is a variable that we have created for our own is to do this question. Now A is empty, although it will not be empty, it will be having its value, but that is not important. As of now, just assume that A is empty. B, what will be having? B is having this yellow content, which is 10. See, yellow content A is equal to 10, and A is having yellow content, means yellow content is nothing else but 10. So here B will be 10. And in our last step, what we will be doing is, let me just redraw them. This is my first container A. This is my second container B. This is my third container C. Now what I will be doing is I will be keeping B as it is because my task had been already completed for this. I want in the final outcome, I am wanting B to be equal to 10 and B is equals to 10 now. So it's sorted. Now, one change that I will be doing is I want A equals to 13. So for that, I will be transferring this into this. Now, what had happened? A is having that green thing. So A is 13 and B is 10. Actually, what I was wanting in the very beginning, the same thing. See, A is having yellow, A is having green here. B is having green here, B is having yellow here. So that was the complete analogy and theoretical answer of this question. Now we will be implementing it using code, which is very much simple. So let me just dive into this. I will be defining one variable C. What I will be doing is I will be storing the value of B inside C. Now, how this happened? See, I am putting the contents of B inside the C. C is another variable inside which I am storing the value of B. So, same thing I am doing with code. I have defined a new variable named C. Why I have defined it? Because it is on the left hand side of the equals to assignment operator. And I am putting the value of B inside it. After that, in next step, what I will be doing, I will be putting the contents of A inside B. Now I will be putting the contents of A inside B. So I will be making B equals to A. I am putting the contents of A inside B. The thing that is on the left hand side of assignment operator is the variable name, and the actual values that are being used are on the right hand side of the assignment operator. So second step is also done. In the third step, I am putting the content of C again inside A. A equal to C. So after this, my code should work properly. Now I will be printing A. After that, I will be printing B also. And I will be doing the same thing before executing this program also. Just let me copy paste it, save, run. Earlier it was 10 and 13. A was 10 and B was 13. Now A is 13 and B is 10. It had been reversed. So our task is performed. This was how we performed this question. This was your first actual full-fledged coding question. I hope this will be clear to you. And if it is not, then feel free to ask any doubt in the comment section. Just a second. Just a second. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Everything is fine. Now, our next question. Write a program to input the length and breadth of a rectangle and then calculate its perimeter and area. So now we have to write a program by using which we will be calculating the area and perimeter of a rectangle, and the inputs will be length and breadth. So how we will be solving this? We will be taking length and breadth, both. We will be taking both of them as inputs. See, before solving any coding question, just make their theoretical answer as we have done in the previous question also. And I am doing the same thing here also. We will be taking length and breadth as inputs. After that, we will be calculating the rectangle area and perimeter of rectangle. Now, what are the formulas for those? Area. If you don't remember, just let me write the formulas. Area of rectangle is length into breadth and perimeter. Perimeter is 2 into length plus breadth. So now just implement them. I'm taking two inputs and storing them in. I'm defining a length variable. I'm taking an input inside it. I'm taking an breadth variable. Having an input, I will be writing here. Enter the length of the rectangle. Then enter the breadth of the rectangle. Why I have written it, you already know. to let the user that what they have to type inside that input box that will be popped up to their window. After that, I will be print. I am defining a area variable. How I will be calculating area? I will be doing length into breadth. That's how we do multiplication in coding by using asterisk. Perimeter. Perimeter is equals to 2 into length plus breadth. Not like this. Length plus breadth. See, here I wanna told you one thing. Here I have not put any multiplication sign because in mathematics it is totally understandable that if I am not putting any sign and putting a bracket, it means it is being multiplied. 2 is being multiplied with this bracket. But coding doesn't work like this. Especially Python don't works like this. We explicitly have to mention a multiplication sign here. We can't do this thing like, see, it will not be done correctly. It will throw an error. We have to do it like this. After that, we will be printing them. Let me do that also. Print area of the rectangle is area of the rectangle is. After that, print perimeter of the rectangle is. After that, we will be printing the area variable. Here we will be printing the perimeter variable. So we have to enter the length of this rectangle. Suppose it is 10 and breadth, suppose it is 5. So length into breadth. It is showing an error, but why? Line for model. Can't multiply sequence by non-int. Okay. So here I want to teach you one thing also that if I told you typecasting also, right? In typecasting, we explicitly change the type of the variables. Here we have to do that because when we take input, I am running this again. I am entering the length of the rectangle. It is 10. But by default, it is not taking integer 10. By default, input statement takes the input as string. So it is taking in string 10. What is happening? I want this an integer 10. But what my interpreter is doing, it is taking this integer 10 because we are not defining the type of input that we want here. We are adding simply input. For that, I have to convert this input into an integer input. How I will be doing that? I will be doing that by applying a bracket and int. See, I am taking an integer input. I have, see, this was the input. This was the input statement. Now I have enclosed in this yellow braces, which is for typecasting it into int. Similarly, I will be doing here. Now my input has been changed to integer input. Now whenever I run this code, see, now I will be writing length of rectangle, which is 10, breadth of rectangle, which is 5. See, now it is printing area of rectangle is 50, which is 10 into 5, true. Perimeter of rectangle is 30, which is 2 into 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5 is 15, and 2 into that 30. It is showing me the correct answers. So our this code is also working. In case you want any float values, you can simply write float here. If your length of rectangle is not a complete integer or not a whole number, suppose it's 15.73, then you can do float also. But in this case, I want it to be integer. Forget about integer. Let it be float. Now it will be working with all the cases. So this is the complete answer. If you want to take a screenshot of it, take it. Now, next question. Write a program to input the radius of circle and print its area and circumference. Again, same type of question. But why are we doing again this type of question? Because these type of questions are very much common in your midterms, end terms, your unit test, and a lot of places where coding is being asked. So these type of questions are very much common there. So we are doing two of these same questions. What I have to do, I have to take input radius as input. Now I am not writing the theoretical part of this question because you are already aware of it. So I am simply gonna take and defining a variable radius. And now I am taking an integer, not integer. I am taking a float input by asking enter the radius. Enter the radius of the circle. Now I am defining a area variable, which is what is the area? Let me just write the formulas here, okay? If you don't remember, although you should, but if you don't remember the formulas, just let me write them. Area of a circle is 2 pi r. And what is circumference? What is circumference of a circle? Circumference is, sorry, I had done a mistake. Circumference is 2 pi r and area is pi r square. Area is pi r square and circumference is 2 pi r. Now let us implement that. What is the value of pi? Value of pi is 3.14. Okay. 3.14, the rounded off value, into pi r square. So we will be doing radius. Now there are two approaches to do this question. We can do radius into radius. Another thing that we can do is simply radius raised to power 2. We can use this arithmetic operator. Now circumference. What I can do, and another thing also, instead of writing complete circumference, I can write circum. Now, just by reading this, it is short and it is understandable at the same time. So, circum, what is circum? In this case, circum is, in not in this case, in every case, circum is 2 pi. Pi is 3.14 into r. What is r? R is radius. Save. Now, let us do print area of the circle is, and inside that area variable, and print. Why are they coming again and again? Not area, circumference. Circumference of the circle is circum variable, right? They would run it. We have to enter the radius of the circle. As of now, let us the radius of circle be 7. Now, area of the circle is 15386 and circumference of the circle is 43.96. It will be correct. I am not calculating them as of now, but it will be correct. As per my information, it will be correct because Python interpreter is strong enough to do these calculations. With this, let us proceed to next question. See, I told you there are a lot of questions. This question, especially this question, it is totally made to understand the assignment operators. If you not have understood assignment operators or you don't have that video, first go and watch that video. But still, you can understand the entire concept of assignment operators just by watching this, just by solving this question. Not watching this question, but actually solving this question by yourself. So, see, we have to write a program to input a variable x, then perform the following operations. Forget about operation. In the very first step, we have to take the input. We have to input a variable x. So let us first do that. I am taking a variable x. I am taking an integer input. Okay. Just writing enter the value of x. After that, what the other operations that we have to perform? We have to increase its value by 2. Now, actually, what I have to do is, see here, I have to increase its value by 2. Means I want to make x equals to x plus 2. I am increasing the value of x by 2. What is the easier way to do so? We can implement this statement also as it is. It is completely fine. But with the use of assignment operators, it will be easier. We will be doing x plus equals to 2. Similarly, then multiply it by 4. For that purpose, I will be doing x. I want it to be like x is equals to x multiplied by, which is asterisk 4. What is the easier way to do so? I can simply, I'm erasing this. I will be simply doing x multiply asterisk is equals to 4. Deduct 5 from it means I want to make x equals to x minus 5. What I will be doing is I will be doing x minus equal to 5. Both of them, like this and this and this and this will work the same. Now divide it by 3. What I want to perform is I want to make x is equals to x divided by 3. How it can be done? I will be doing x divide equal to 3. Now let us perform these operations step by step. First, let us just print the value of x. Print x. After that, we will be increase it by 2. X plus equals to 2. Now, after this step, let us print x again. Then we will be multiplying it by 4. X multiplying equal to 4. After that, we will again print the value of x. Then we want to divide it by 2, I think, right? Yeah, divide. No, first we have to deduct 5 from it. First, we have to deduct 5 from it. Then we have to divide it by 5. Not 5, 2. Then print x again. We have to divide it by 3. Oh, sorry, my bad. Run. What should be the value of x? Let us say as of now it is 10. So these are our calculations. First, enter the value of x. I have written 10. Print x. So 10 is printed. Then x has been increased by 2. It had been at 10 plus 2 is 12. So here it is printing 12. Fine enough. Then we are multiplying it by 4. 12 into 4, 48. Printing that 48. We are reducing 5 from it. 48 minus 5, 48 minus 5, 43. 43 is written. And then we are dividing it by 3. 43 divided by 3. It will be 14.333. So that this was all about this question. Now let us move to our next question. Predict the output. Now we just have to predict the output. Although we will be checking that here also. Predict the output. X equals to 10. Okay. This is again similar type of question. In this question, we have written the program by ourselves to perform such functions. But here the program is already being written, but we have to check the output. Now, x in the very first step, x is in the very first step, x is given as 10. Now we are increasing the value of x by 5. So in this step, the x will be equals to 10 plus 5. Let me write complete. 10 plus 5, which will be 15. Here x was 10, and in the second step, x has been changed from 10 to 15. Now we want to divide it by 2. So 15 divided by, not divide, we have to multiply it by 2. So 15 multiplied by 2. 15 multiplied by 2. It will be 30. Now we have to subtract 4 from it. Now x will be 30 minus 4. What is 30 minus 4? 30 minus 4 is 26. So now print x. 26 should be the answer if I had not done any calculation mistake. Let me check. Let us just implement this code as it is. X is equals to 5, increasing it by 5. X equals to 10, increasing it by 5. Okay, x equals to 10, and then we are increasing it by 5. Then we are multiplying it by 2. Then we are subtracting 4 from it, right? Multiplying it by 2, subtracting 4 from it. After that, we want to print the value of x. Let us run it. See, the value is 26. We had predicted the correct value. So that's how you do the questions of assignment operators and how you reassign the variable if you just want to change something arithmetically, like you want to add something, you want to subtract something, you want to multiply that, the initial value of that variable with something, and you want to subtract something from, you want to divide that value from by some other value. So that's how you do the questions of arithmetic operators. With this, let us proceed to next question, which is predict the output. Again, this question is about the operators. This question that specifically now I will be doing, this question will be about the operators that we don't generally perform or that we are not aware about in our general mathematics that we have done in our primary standards. So let us do them. Again, first we will be predicting the output by ourselves, then we will be implementing this code and checking our answers that whether it is right or not. So we have to print 15 divided by 4, not divided by. What is this? What is this symbol? This is floor division. We will be dividing it by 4, and after that we will be taking the integer part only. So what it will be? Let me do the long division of 15 by 4. Now entire thing about all the multiplication about all the division operators will be clear. So which it will be going on 3. Answer will be 12 here. We'll be subtracting that. The answer will be 3 again. Now this this floor division will be returning 3, y3, and which 3. Now I should have taken any other example. This 3 is this one. This 3, the quotient. This will be returning this. And if I am just doing division, then my answer will be 3 point something something. Let me do that also. We put a point here. After that, we before that, let us do 15 modular division by 4. This will also be 3. I must should have taken any other example because all the answers are 3 3 3 here. But anyhow, which 3 will be this? This 3. This remainder. This 3 will be this. This modulo operators gives us the remainder. Now, what about this first part? For that, we have to do the complete division. We have put in a point. After that, we will be making it 30. Then for 30, it will be 20, 24, and 28, 6 and 7. 7, 28. Subtracting that, we will be having 2. Again a 0. After that, 5. Then 20. Subtracting that, we will be having nothing. So for this, the complete answer will be 3.75. And for this, 2 raised to power 5. What will be 2 raised to power 5? 2 into 2 is 4. Then 4 into 2 is 8. Then 8 into 2 is 16. 16 into 2 is 32. So 32 will be answer of this. Let us perform all of them. Print. What was my question? 15. First there was this floor division, right? 15 divided by 4. Then print 15 simple division by 4. Then print 15 modular division by 4. Am I right here? Yes, absolutely right. Then print 2 raised to power 5. Let us see the output. See, the output is 3, 3.75, and then again 3, then 32. 3, see here. Let me just change the color. See, 3, 3.75, 3, and 32. So that's all about this question. Moving with the next question. Create the variables and two more variables for their sum and average and print them. We basically have to take two variables as input. Let us take them as variable 1 and it should be input. Let us take integer inputs now. Enter enter number 1, and then same thing. We will be taking variable to enter number 2. Now we'll be creating two more variables for their sum and average. Sum is equals to var 1 plus var 2, and average. If you don't know average, sum is actually a keyword. We can't use it. So we will be doing add. And what is average? We will be writing it avg is var1 plus var2 we have already done. So we will be just doing add divided by 2. Now let us print both of them. Print add is equals to add print av average is equals to avg. Save it, run this code. Enter number 1, let us say it is 12. Enter number 2, for example, as of now, this is 10. Where 2 is not defined, it was where underscore 2. Save it. Let us run this code. See, in my codes also, the errors are coming, but I am not getting frightened by them. I am reading the errors and trying to resolve them. This is the same thing that you also have to do. Don't be overwhelmed by the errors. 12 and 10. Add addition. I should write addition here. Uh, addition. Addition. Result. I had just wait a second. Just a second, guys. Yeah. Save everything. Now let us run the code. Variable 1 is 12. That it is 10. Addition is 22. Average is 11.0. Why it had been converted to float? Why it is 11.0, not 11? Because whenever it is the rule. Thank God that I have taken this example. Now I have the chance to explain it to you. Whenever we do the divide, we will always be getting a float value, matter. Like here, the answer was 11.0. No decimal place was needed, but still it will be a float value. It is the rule of division whenever we do the division inside the coding. Now take age as input. For here it had been a typo from my end, guys. It is not for pro, it is from from the user and print. I am dash years old. Let me name that variable age and take a input that enter your age. After that, just print this thing, right? Print I am dash years old, right? So here I will be finishing this. Now I have to teach you something here. I have finished this string. Now I am writing age. Now years. Again, I am starting the string in which I am writing years old. One method is this, which you can do. I am is a string. Wait, just write 18. See, I am is a string that had been implemented. 18, the variable that I had taken as input, had been printed years old. One method is this to do this thing when we have to print a string, something, a variable, and then again a string. One thing is this. Another thing that you can do is use f strings. What are those? Inside print statement, just write f and then start your string. Now write whatever you want to write. Like I am. Now I want my variable to be here, right? Age, years, old. Now it will not make any difference. See, age is also the part of variable. So what are the two methods? One is this. You can separate the variable by commas and not enclose them in inverted commas. One thing is this. Another thing, use f in front of the string and the variable here age is variable and close it in curly braces. Now both of them will work the same. See, I have to enter the age 18. I am 18 years old. I am 18 years old. This thing, this syntax is known as f strings. So I hope this question is also clear. With this, let us proceed to the next question. Take a variable x and store the value 100 inside it and print its data type. Now, typecast it into float and string and again print their data types. It is basically a typecasting question. So, take a variable x and store value 100 inside it. Now, let us, as of now, print the type of x and just let me do one thing. Here, x is 100. The type of x should be, here I am writing it in comments, it should be an integer. And now I have to typecast it in let us do it in first in string. So I will write str of x. I am typecasting x into string A and then again assigning it inside the x variable. Now here let us try to, why are they coming again and again? I don't know. From the next video onwards, I will be turning them off probably. If I will be remembered to do so, I will be doing that. Float of x. Now here what I am assuming, I am assuming my answer to be string, which is str. Here integer means int will be printed. Here in the float, I am assuming a float. Answer will be float only. See, in first scenario, it is an integer as predicted. In second, it is a string again as predicted. And in third, it is a float again as it is predicted. So that was all for this question. Now this question is also completed. Let us move to our next question. This is our second last question. A shopping website wants to apply 10% discount on their products. Stay tuned for the last question because last question is a very important question to do. So stay tuned for that also. A shopping website wants to apply 10% discount on their products to help the customer to build a program in which they will input the original price of the product and the program will print the discounted price. Okay, so there's a website and that there's a shopping website and they want to apply 10%. First, let us understand the question. See, there's a shopping website and they want to apply 10% discount on their products. So a user or a customer goes to their shopping complex and now he wants to know the prices of the products. He want to know the prices of the products. So we have to build a program for the customer, which inside that program the customer will be inputting their price, and the program will be applying that 10% discount and giving them the discounted price. So how we will be proceeding with this? So as of now, let us define a variable original price. It is not a short variable, by the way, to use. So let us write OGPRC. Just let me do one thing. Yeah. OGPRC, not OG plus PRC. OG underscore PRC is equals to input, float input, let us say, because prices can be float, but let us make it integer only for our simplicity, because most of the websites have rounded off, not rounded off, but integer whole number prices only, because for obvious reasons that paisas are not in use anymore. So we will are taking integer input. What we will be input? Enter the original reg original price. Enter the original price. After that, we will be applying 10% discount. So we will be redefining the OG price variable. OG, let us make this two variables. Another is discounted PRC. Discounted PRC. What is discounted PRC? Discounted PRC is OG PRC minus. Let me add spaces so you can see clearly. OG prices, from OG prices, we will be minusing, subtracting discount. Now, what is discount? Let us define another variable named as discount. Discount. Discount is 10%, 10% of OG price. So how will we will be calculating that? We will be just dividing OG PRC by 10. This will be 10% of OG price. How? If you are not getting this, let me just solve this for you. We want to calculate, although this is very basic math, but still, we want to calculate 10%. Here it is not modulo sign, it is 10% of 100. We want to calculate 10% of something. So what we will be doing is of something. So 10, and to whenever it is percentage, we will be dividing it by 100. Of will be multiplied by that, change into multiplication. So 10 by 100 is this. So we will be multiplying that number, that something, by 1 by 10. We will be multiplying that number with 1 by 10. So what does this mean? We will be dividing that number by 10. The same thing that I have do. I have done. I have divided OGPRC by 10. So this will be discounted price. I will be subtracting the discount from OG price. Now I will be printing my discounted price. Just wait. Enter the original price. Let us say original price is 100. OG plus PRC. Oh, here it is the OG price, not OG plus PRC. What is original price? Let us say 100, 90. After applying 10% discount, 10% of 100 will be 10. So after applying 10 rupee discount, which is 10% discount, we will be having 90, because 100 minus 10 is 90, basic maths. So now, the question that I am gonna do now is a very important question. In total, I have done, I think, nearly 12 questions or maybe more than that in this entire video. But there are two most important questions. One was one was the question in which we had done, so we had in total one we had to done in total 12 questions. Yeah, I was right. We are doing in total 12 questions, but there are two most important questions. One is this one, in which we are writing a code to swap the values of two variables. This question is a very important, to swap the values of two variables. This question is a very important question. Let me just show you the question again. Wait. This question in which we are writing the code to swap the values of two variables. This question is a very important question. And next question, this last question that we will are doing now, these both questions are very very important questions, so please understand them, because other questions are easy only. You probably have seen that I haven't even written a lot of theoretical answers or how I am building the code thing in logic in that, because it's very very easy. Not very very easy, they were simple questions to do. But these two questions that I have mentioned, one is to swap the values of two variables and another is this question, is very important, are very important. Take a three-digit number as input and print the sum of digits. So now what the question is asking from me, let me first tell you that if I am doing, like, I am taking an integer input, saying, let us say number, not num, we are taking num, and it is, we are taking an integer input, and we have to take, just writing, enter the number. Now we want to print the sum of those that. Now what does it mean? Now first, let's first understand the question carefully. For instance, if I am entering the number 243, now I want the answer to be their sum. What will be their sum? Their sum will be 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 3 9. So I want the answer to be 9. In case I want to print the sum of both those. So what I have to do in this case, there are two approaches to do this question. First is we can convert that integer into string, and we can use slicing, not slicing, we can use indexing, retrieve individual digit and convert individual digit into digit, and convert individual index of that string into digit, and then into integer means, and then to add it. Basically, I know that you will not be able to understand anything that I have just said. So don't worry about that. What you have to do, we will be doing another method in this video, and the method that I have just explained to convert this into string, that we will be doing in the next video, because we will be understanding about strings in that video. We will be discussing the strings and its indexing, slicing in detail in next lecture. So stay connected for that also. In that lecture, which will be the fourth lecture, we will be doing the same question with that indexing approach, but here are doing it with a numerical approach. Although it will be easier using those strings, but as of now, we have not understand indexing, and so let us do it with mathematical part. So I just, the thing that you have to understand, we want to retrieve the numbers individually. So what I want is, I want to separate two. I want an individual two, and then a individual 4, and then a individual 3. Means I want to separate ones, tens, and hundredth position of the number, and after that we can simply add all of them to get our number. Is that clear? First we have to separate them. So to separate, Either we can use that indexing, which we will be doing in next video. So we will be doing the same question in that video also. Another thing that we can do is we will be defining three variables here: 100, which is 100th place; 10, which is 10th place; and 1, which is 1st place. So we want three different variables. After that, we will be adding them. Sum is not sum. We will be again sum is a keyword. Sum is 100 plus not half red 100 plus 10 plus 1. After that, we will be not open 1. After that, we will be printing the value of sum. I hope this is much is clear. This is basic logic. Now, how we will be defining these three individual variables means how we will be separating them. So for that, listen me carefully. There are 90% chances that you are not gonna understand this in the first go. So please feel free to rewind the video and watch it again. Watch it twice, thrice, maybe 4 times or 5 times. If you have understand it, then also watch it again and again to make it crystal clear inside your mind that how this is working. To retrieve its 100th place, I will be dividing it. I will be doing the flow division by 100. Why and how this will be working? Now see it that carefully. I will be taking x. I will be doing flow division of x by 100. Now, how will it be working? It will be giving me the quotients. Now, as of now, let us comment. Uh, Before this, I also want a code to print for your clarity purpose. I am printing 100, and similarly, I am printing 10 also, and I am printing 1 also. So as of now, let us just make them make them comments. Now let us just print the 100th place. We have to enter the number. Let us say the number is 123. X is not defined. The number is num. Okay. See, now it will be working completely fine. Num is 123. It is giving me 1. I have successfully retrieved the first letter the of this digit, this 3-digit number. So 100 is done. Now we will be doing 10. How 10? For 10, we will be dividing the num. Again, modular division of num by 10. When we were dividing the num by 100, then we were getting, like, for example, the number was 123. When we divided by 100, we get quotient as 1. Completely fine. But here, when we divide the num by 100, what we will be getting? We will be getting the num, which is 123, modular by 10, we will be getting 12. But we don't want 12. We want only 2. We want 1, 2, 3. So we want only and only 2. Why? So, not why, how we will be doing that? For that, we will be subtracting 10 into 100. What will be the value of 100? It was 1. So into 10, we will be subtracting that. Whichever value of 100 will be, multiplying it by 10 will be giving us the 100 value, the actual place value of the hundreds. So we will be subtracting that. In actual, how it is working, let me just write it here. When I had done the modular division, I think by 100, that is clear. We get third digit, the 100th digit. But for the 10th digit, what are we doing? we are doing the modular division by 10, then in that scenario, if the number is suppose this only 242, but I had performed modular division it by 10, 243 modular division by 10, what it will be returning? It will be returning me 24, but I don't want it to be 24. I think this is not that much clear. This is a divide and this is 1. I want it to be 4. So what we will be doing, we will be subtracting these 20 from 4. How will we will be getting that? We will be subtracting the number of 100, which will be 2 in this case, into 10. As always, I hope this is clear. So now this should be clear. Why it is coming again and again, these MDN references thing. See, let us see, the number is 435, anything. 100th place is 4 and 10th place is 3. Similarly, for ones place, I won't be dividing it by anything because I have to divide it by 1. So it doesn't make sense. We are reducing the power of 10. Here it was 10 power 2. Here it was 10 power 3. 10 power 1. Here it should be 10 power 0, which is 1. So ultimately, no issue. So the one thing that we have to do is we just have to do it num. Although if we go with logic, we have to perform flow division of this num by 10 again, by 1 again, but it will not make any sense. So here I am writing only 10. We have to subtract 100th part also, but here we have to multiply the 100 part with 100 only because we want to subtract 100 times, and then we have to minus 10 into 10 part. I hope now it is clear to all. Let me write any number: 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. Now it had been separated. Now I can execute my entire code also. See, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here also I have to do add, right? Sorry for that typo. I'm really sorry for that typo. If someone had read it, then please forgive me because my intention was not to hurt anybody's sentiment. It was just a typo. Okay, guys. Save, run. I have to type the number 254, for example. 254. What is the sum of 254? It is 9 and 2, 11. So this question is also solved. So yeah, thank you. So yeah, that was, guys, that was everything for today's video. And one more thing, if you haven't understand that last question, it is completely fine. Just try to again play it again and try to understand the logic by yourself. Try to build it by yourself. Think in the way you can understand it. Ask ChatGPT also, and feel free to ask in my comment section also if there is any doubt. I will be solving that also. So yeah, stay tuned in the playlist. In next session, we will be doing the same question with string also. Probably you will be find that easier because it is actually easier to do it with strings. If I will be getting this question, I will be definitely doing it with strings. Not only because it is easier to do with strings, but also because much it takes much less times to write that code. It is very easy to write that code. It is means not in difficulty level only, it in lengthwise also. The length of that code, if we will be using strings, indexing of strings, that will be easy. So that was all for today's video. I hope you had liked this video. So if you have liked this video and come so far, it's definitely sure that somewhere or the other I had made to feel you more comfortable, and at least you will be gathering some information about Python. So please do not forget to like this video, subscribe my channel, and stay tuned in this series till we will be meeting in another video. Till then, take care and bye bye.